Welcome to Real Authority. Today I'm talking about the brand new Anaconda movie starring Jack Black and Paul Rudd. And just out of the gate, I have not seen the OG Anaconda. Didn't even bother with the sequels. I actually did want to see the OG Anaconda because I heard it was so bad it's good and one of the most iconic ones in that genre. Unfortunately, I didn't have the opportunity to. But I don't think this is the movie where you absolutely have to watch the original, even though it's coming across as a love letter to the original. Wanted to say that out of the gate in case you did see it. I'm going to try and make this quick. Jack Black and Paul Rudd are childhood buddies who have longed to reboot Anaconda. So now, as adults and still buddies, they decide to actually remake it, only to find out, hey, there's an actual Anaconda out there, and they're living the dream. Which is to say, the nightmare, because the Anaconda is going to kill them. Or at least that's what the plot should have been. I'll get to that in a minute. Starting off with the positives, Paul Rudd and Jack Black, they're reliably entertaining, even in their worst movies, except Borderlands. Jack Black was very annoying in that. But I do feel that they are giving it their all. They are absolutely committing to the bit, and they absolutely shine above the script's numerous flaws. What can I say? They're professionals. The rest of the actors do fine too, but they are absolutely the ones who carry this movie. I do feel like with the Anaconda CGI, like I heard a lot of talk about the original, and I could be paraphrasing or being wrong here, like how the practical effects were somewhat cheesy. And that's clearly the vibe which they were attempting to go for, although the Anaconda CGI is actually really good. So I might as well mention that for the positives. Also, there were a few good scenes, and this movie tries to be so meta. Too meta for its own good, yes, but there are moments where there were jokes that landed, I think 3. And there were a few good scenes, like one stretch in particular, I was like, this is a love letter to early 2000s cinema. Talking about, DVD extras and such. They may be deep cuts, but I found myself really surprised that they would go that far in showing the filmmaking process. That's a stretch because the movie isn't really fully committing to the idea, hey, these guys are making a film. I guess starting off with the negatives, I do feel like the main concept should have been these guys basically go into the woods and find themselves in Anaconda. That would have worked. Like, as much as the trailers weren't selling me on it, there is so much potential and I could see it. But the movie decides to overcomplicate itself by adding subplots. Or at least one in particular, which is kind of the catalyst of the movie. In fact, you won't even need to wait 5 minutes to see it for yourself. Like, the opening scene is pretty foreign to what they were selling to us. In fact, what's most disappointing is that despite good CGI, the Anaconda isn't really the main threat. I'm not trying to get into spoilers, but I feel it's important because it's kind of frustrating the fact that they were advertising it as something that it kind of is, but kind of isn't. I mean, I don't care about the side plot. I don't care about the characters related to the side plot. Just give me Jack Black, Paul Rudd, Thandie Newton, and Steve Zahn filming a movie in the jungle. That's all you needed. But no, they basically added something else because they felt like they were doing it. And even if some meta jokes work, the meta-ness goes so overboard that it's kind of like, hey, we're in this plot, we need to add this. And then you realize that's what the movie was doing. They were basically adding it to their main story. I don't know, it's just so convoluted and kind of hinders the fun. I do feel it's earnest, them trying to be meta as possible. But there is such a thing as too meta to the point where it almost becomes a parody of itself. Like me having not seen the original Anaconda, it's so clear that they are trying their best to emulate some of that cheesiness. But I do feel they tried so hard that it ultimately comes across as they've failed. Again, some good moments here and there, but I do feel overall the screenplay does not do this potentially interesting concept any justice. It feels like they had no confidence, so tried to build confidence by adding a lot, when really it could have been just as simple as few guys going to the jungle and filming this movie only to find out, hey, the Anaconda's there. It could have been so fun. 3 times I actually laughed/chuckled. That's really poor for this movie, especially when they were marketing as, hey, we're self-aware. We want to make you laugh. When really, they just added so much that really hinders the fun, or lack thereof. Like, the potential for this to be fun and what they clearly were aspiring for versus the reality is very vast. I will say, just to wrap it up, it is at least watchable. I do feel its entertainment value is very down, but it's never boring. It definitely was smart to keep it in the pocket at like 99 minutes. So you're definitely not wasting your time with this movie, but I can't exactly recommend it. Jack Black and Paul Rudd are professionals, so if you like them, maybe you'll get something out of it. And if you're a fan of the original Anaconda, I struggle to believe that this movie and the original are pretty much hand in hand, because I heard so much about the original being so bad it's good. So it's just frustrating the fact that they absolutely tried, and for me personally, they just failed. Again, it's watchable, but seriously, you're gonna choose this movie for Christmas? You got Avatar, you got SpongeBob, you got Housemaid. I'll get you my review of that tomorrow. You got so many other options. And Anaconda is kind of drowning in the fact that it's just not that good. So unless you want some dumb fun, because aside from the 3 laughs, I heard the rest of the audience cracking it up, you're not gonna get anything out of this. The Real Authority rejects 4 out of 10. Again, it's watchably bad, so it's not like top 10 worst movies of the year, but yeah, you're better off watching something else. Maybe just put on the original Anaconda and enjoy that. Wait until streaming, sure. I'm still giving it a rejection because it's a reflection of my thoughts, but who knows? Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and comment your thoughts on this Anaconda movie, and let me know which is better, the OG or this one, and is it so bad it's good, this one. Alright, peace.